Good afternoon and welcome to Friday's market wrap up. And wow, what a week it has been, folks. It's been an absolutely incredible week. We had a great free live trade brief yesterday. We opened it up to the public there, mainly because to help people figure out what's going on with the carnage. And yesterday we took a look at a bullish double vertical on SDS, meaning the market was going to head even lower, and sent out the alert yesterday at about a 13-cent credit could get out of this 6-cent debit today for about a almost $2,600, 27% profit in a day. I'd hold on to the long SDS calls that we covered yesterday, but let me get a hell yeah if you potentially made $2,600 since yesterday with essentially saying that today wasn't going to be a super turnaround. We did. If you didn't get airborne with full throttle and you want to kind of just kick the tires for the next 2 weeks, all you have to do is go to our homepage and scroll down and actually click on this full throttle max over all the way on the right, or you can just go to this link right here. This is probably just the easiest thing to do. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/go flight, and for $38 you can get airborne for the next 2 weeks because this is going to be critical. We have a lot going on, so let's kick off our Friday market wrap up. Sunday, Brazilians go to the polls and they're going to elect Bolsonaro, essentially the Trump of Brazil. They're touting this guy as. He wants to drain the swamp. He wants to turn the economy around, the stock market. And our EWZ trade is looking really, really, really good. So we've been looking at EWZ. We've been trading EWZ for a long time, around the World Cup, the Olympics, all that stuff. But I said to get in EWZ right around here, around the runoff, and this thing's had a nice climb. So good looking trade in EWZ, and very happy for what's going on down there in Sao Paulo. Typical elitist stuff. The locals, the financial folks down there are like, hey, the Bolsonaro rally, kind of a bull market here. A lot of investors and traders down there are equating this, they're expecting their market to take off kind of like the 2017 rally under Donald Trump. So this is a good Jan 20, a good long-term bullish trade, along with maybe a front month bull put spread on EWZ on Brazil. But let's talk Turkey here. The PBOC, the soothing words, as I predicted last week when they tried to, over in China, People's Bank of China, we sold into this pop, or I talked to a lot of folks about selling into that pop, and that's looking good as well. Bearish trade on China. The president earlier this week said, we're not even going to meet with these dudes until they do something. China's done nothing, guys. And a couple weeks ago, it seems like a year ago, maybe it was a month ago, Larry Kudlow said, hey, China, unlike Nancy Reagan's just say no, China needs to just say yes to something. And they're saying no, and they're sitting on their hands. They feel that the president's kind of a little weakened right now. Stock market's imploding, or has imploded. They ain't going to jump on a trade deal anytime soon to help the president out. But Donald Trump ain't the type of dude that when he's boxed into a corner, surrenders. He comes out swinging even more. So I'm going to remain bearish on China, and we're heading down here. Operationally, good GDP print. It was a beat. The forecast was a 3.3. We got a 3.5. Abra freaking cadabra, Barack Hussein Obama. Now, obviously, we were going to come off the last print, right? The last print was epic. 4.2, crushing it. 3.3 was forecast. We got a 3.5. So technically, that's a nice beat. The military spending's driving it a little bit. The consumer wasn't as super bullish in here, but imports rose at 9.1% as Americans stepped up purchases of what? Foreign goods. That's pretty interesting. But Amazon yesterday was comical, folks. I predicted this, that Amazon was not going to save this market. Every other day, the comedians on CNBC or in the financial media, maybe this stock will save the rally, or this stock, or this stock. And yesterday in our live trade brief that was free, and I opened up to the public, I said it's not going to happen. I said even if Amazon has blowout numbers after the close, the market's going lower, and that's why we put on that bullish double vertical yesterday. And if you don't know what a bullish double vertical is, guys, you definitely have to take a 2-week test flight, and I'll teach you all about those. This is I call it an afterburner trade, man. It was a bear call spread, or I'm sorry, a bull put spread and a bull call spread on top of each other. The max risk in that trade is or was $5,400 to potentially make 10 grand. If you stay in this as kind of a hedge, and if you see the text alert here, I said, hey man, so here's the closing text alert I sent out to my members. I said, I put this on as a tredge. Remember, I made up that word about a year ago, a tredge, Tredge. It's a trade that I think I thought pretty damn sure is going to make money, but it also serves as a hedge, right? So, but we also took a look at getting long some SDS calls. So I said, hey, I'd hold the SDS calls in case this kind of soft bottom we're having today isn't really a bottom. So Amazon, they blew away some numbers in some areas, but guys, their guidance was a little weak. Serial Wall Street, if you can't hit the ball over the net, what do? You lower the net. So in a month from now, we're going to be treated to scenes of people at Walmart beating each other over the head with flat screens. And Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we're not going to remember this a month from, well, we'll remember it. But what I'm getting at is Amazon will come back. It bottomed out literally, I think, touched 1601, like almost 1600, and then climbed up here. It was up to like 1680. How high did we get on Amazon? We got up to 1694, 95. Wow. 100 point swing. So 1601 there to it's a $100 swing in this stock. So Amazon by this time next year is a $3,000 stock. There ain't nothing serially wrong with Amazon. So technically down here at 1600, it's in a bear market. If you loved Amazon at 2100, you got to extremely love it at 1600. And I'm still would love to get long Amazon down at these lows. This isn't the big one, guys. This is, and for those retail traders that are looking at red on your screens, or, well, obviously you should have some green if you're at TGO here, as our hedges and our tredges are looking good. And also, we've been doing what? We've been selling front month upside calls. We've been selling bear call spreads. We've been pounding this thing into the dirt. It might feel like panicky to you. This isn't even close, guys. We haven't, the folks I talked to were waiting to jump in with both feet with institutional money. This isn't panic, guys. This is, if you feel that this is panic, you've never seen a down market before. This was a nice orderly pullback. And I get that this looks ugly. Remember, folks, markets take an escalator up and they take the window down. We took the window down here, folks. Broke through 4 times in the past 3 weeks. I've recommended hedge here, and then the other day, each one of these snapback rallies, I said, do not believe it. This is a dead cat bounce. I had 2 bad volatility. Got short vol here and here, but I hedged those with long SDS calls. I said, hey, I'm going to short vol here because I think no. So 2 bad trades, but they were offset by SDS calls. And that's how you have to trade, man, is always having an ejection seat. So Wall Street isn't scared here, folks. If anything, they're looking to go bargain shopping. So pretty interesting that the head budget guy here, a former Congressman Mulvaney, he and the president are crazy like a fox to blame so Trump loves taking credit for an up market. Does he take credit for this? No, of course. Mulvaney, and a lot of folks are throwing the Fed under the bus, man. Barack Hussein Obama had near zero interest rates and a Fed pumping money into the market. Hell, my 10-year-old daughter could have an up market with the Fed at 0% and pumping money into it. Now the Fed's unwinding that balance sheet that they built up, and they're raising interest rates. It's a double whammy, guys. That's really what started this contagion, so to speak. So the economy is good. A 3.5 GDP print Barack Hussein Obama would have given his kingdom for. Never saw it, and he made fun of Trump even thinking that he could get anything north of 3. And we're pretty solid. So things are good, guys. But as usual, I'm going to double barrel these things. Twitter's awful. Google's awful. Google reportedly paid Android creator millions after sex misconduct claims. Bunch of limousine liberals, man. Trump blast Twitter accuses it of a total bias. It was up 20% the other day, 22% intraday. I sold the hell out of that pop, and by at the end of the day yesterday was only up like 10%. This thing's a dog. Let's take a look at the year-to-date chart, and there's the implosion. This thing is going lower. Donald Trump's blasting the hell out of it. That guy sneezes and leaves Twitter, and the stock goes to zero. For some mysterious reason, a lot of users are disappearing on Trump. It's happened to me, guys. I get shadow banned, or I am shadow banned. All of a sudden, you wake up one day and I'm down 400 followers. I'm like, I don't think people unfollowed me overnight, a couple hundred of them, because of my son's Norwich hockey pictures. It's ridiculous. Can't stand these limousine liberal stocks. And Congress is going to jump in with both feet. Congress should examine free speech restrictions by social media company. You want to talk about interference in an election? You're looking at it. Google, Twitter, Facebook. Facebook 2 weeks ago deleted 800 accounts, and 90% of them were conservative accounts. Where are those eyeballs going, folks? Where's that ad revenue going to go? These things are dogs. Get bearish on all the fangs. The only one that might survive this contagion here is obviously Amazon, and I don't consider that a fang. But been an interesting week, folks. Not going to step in and get short volatility here. We can stay elevated. We have an invasion coming to our southern border. It ain't a caravan; it's an invasion. If I were an ISIS or an Al Qaeda dude that wanted to kill a lot of Americans or go join a sleeper cell, you think I'd be buying a first class ticket into LaGuardia or JFK? I'd be coming right through the southern border. And for all you who massively support this, can you do me a favor and shoot me an email and let me know how many you're taking into your home? Folks, this is our home. This is our country. Do you sleep with your doors unlocked at night? Christ almighty, man. And half these limousine liberals encouraging this live in pretty high. Look at the Pope. The Pope gives the president shit about our immigration policies, and the guy lives behind 40-foot walls and is protected by the Swiss Guard or whatever the hell it is. Guys are pretty tough being anti-gun and pro-immigration behind their walls and their bodyguards, aren't they? But, that's what's good about being a limousine liberal. So don't know if the all clear has sounded yet. We are plumbing lows, 6-month lows here on the S&P 500. We are way out of no man's land here. So, like I said, I'd hang on to some SDS calls as a no-shit hedge, and I'd get out of that SDS if this is kind of an all-clear for a nice one-day gain of at least, at this point, it's probably still up around 20. Let's take a look at SDS before we head out of here. And I got to jump on a 2 o'clock coaching session. We've had about 4 or 5 coaching sessions so far this morning, have about 2 more this afternoon. So if you're interested in that private coaching, you can always shoot me an email. So yeah, look at SDS here, staying elevated. Let's look at the daily chart. Yeah, peaked earlier at about 41. Sent out the text alert right around here, and we're about where we are when I sent the text alert out. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get going. We'll have our regularly scheduled weekly options brief on Monday. If you want to attend that for $38, you can for the next 2 weeks. I think we're going to drop this to 7 days, man. I got to be honest with you. If you can, after this trial, $38 test flight gets you into 4 live trade briefs in a week. I'm actually, we're going to drop this down. If you do this today, you can have 14 days. But going forward, I want to drop this trial down to 7 days because that's 14 days is way too much time. So, all right, folks, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless, and I'll see you Monday for weekly options.